Oh shit. Wait, who's
Tom, you're gonna have to censor this, but all I can think of is I can sell a shell to a snail, spaghetti to a that might sound racist, but it's just how I talk.
what the fuck? That was
At 8, I got my hood pass, and at 9, I got my first piece of ass.
What the fuck are you saying? That's from the Third Lonely Island
It's
album.
from the Lonely Island.
It's called Life of a Hustler, and it's just him doing this where he's like, ooh!
Life of a hustler.
I'm in the kitchen, cooking up crack.
Bastard.
Oh my god.
Welcome to the Wild Wild West. Brr, 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 brr. DJ Larry.
Oh god, that one. Oh hey, did you know this game takes place in the woods?
No, I didn't.
In the Woodson.
In the Woodson. Oh, whoo! There's a lot of too hard laughing. My brain hurts now. Laughing too hard, brain hurts. No offense, Sheriff.
Oh
shit, buddy. Hey, now where are these guys getting all these knives? So these are just townspeople that get turned into boogans?
Sure.
shit! Shut up! It doesn't matter.
Oh.
It's like Deadly Premonition. It doesn't make sense.
He put that tree in your way so you can't progress.
Timberland.
No. That's a different
Wait,
kind.
can't you just fucking jump over it?
You can't. You can just walk around it. I was just being a dick.
I was being a dick to be a dick.
I said that to my grandma the other day. She said something, I'm like, well, that was kind of stupid, wasn't it? She just looked at me and I'm like, yeah, I'm just being a dick to be a dick. That's my grandma. That's my mother you're talking about. She's a nice lady.
Take her out for a nice steak dinner and never call her back.
Dorothy Manton is a saint.
I'll need a while to prep for takeoff.
I forgot about this fucking helicopter part.
Ding, ding, ding. Here comes a hairy fucking fire truck.
Oh,
Jeez, this is not a boss fountain or anything.
No. And we all know
it's
what bosses
pronounced-
are like in the Alan Wake game.
It's pronounced Milwaukee.
Well, yes, Garth, it is.
Oh, man. You're the best. Around!
No.
No, you can
No.
do it. You can do it. Yep.
You know what you're gonna have to
Yeah.
do? You're gonna have to... There
Yeah. Woo.
you go. I was gonna say, you know what you're gonna have to do? Shoot that barrel. And then pick it up.
Then find it.
Again, getting pushed away by the fucking door.
Stand too
You know
close.
what, though? If the door didn't push him away, it'd probably, like, phase through his body, and that would be
Yeah,
even
that would
worse.
look worse.
Get
Don't
to the
worry, for
chopper.
some reason they'll be like Ganados and have rocket launchers.
Yeah. Mike!
Mike. You shut up for 5 minutes and we're supposed to care about you being dead.
Hey, he owes him a beer.
He does.
What the fuck?
Get ready, I'll hold them off.
That was a weird clip that they showed. It seemed like...
It was Alan's wife running away and being scared.
But it seemed like it was like so short of a clip that it almost was like it felt like it was a glitch.
It's supposed to be a jump
God
cut.
damn it.
That's how video editing works.
Ah!
I had a professor in college.
No, you didn't.
I did. I had several, actually. But if we turned in a project...
Did one of them call you Sam Gaffefrin?
He did. That's a different guy. I'll tell that story in a second. But there was... If you turned in a project that had a jump cut in it, he would fail you on the project.
Really?
Yeah. He said he hated that. He said they were completely useless and that no intelligent... what did he say? No intelligent cinematographer would ever use them for any reason. Or any smart director or editor would ever use them. He would fail you on a project to use them. It was bad.
So does he hate like pretty much all
He's a
movies?
douche.
He sounds like
He's a critic on Rotten Tomatoes for money, for real life.
Do you know who that guy sounds like?
Huh.
He sounds like the professor or teacher I had in art school who had the reputation of being called the marker Nazi. who like, if you
come
didn't
on.
do it the right way, like the way he wanted it, or if you didn't use the markers the right way, like shade the markers the right way, you just failed.
Jesus
like regardless. Like he was super strict about like how you had to like do anything.
Right.
Because it was like a marker class. It was with the those giant like Pantone markers with the two double-sided.
Yeah.
So like it was like drawing with them and like
Jesus!
learning how to like
I
gradate
can't
and all
dodge
them.
enough.
And it was awful being in that class.
Yeah, he would fail you if you used jump cuts on the project, not in the whole course, but
Yeah.
he's a real reviewer for Rotten Tomatoes, gets paid for that, and he has the most spaghetti sounding last name ever.
Really?
Which I won't say his name because.
Well, yeah.
But yeah.
Is his name Pizza Pasta?
It's pretty damn close to that. I mean, you would know he was Italian if you heard it.
Yeah.
But it also, when I was in college, I had a different professor, and I used to write in cursive all the time, which apparently they don't teach anymore, I found out. They don't teach cursive anymore.
I don't like cursive.
I do. I just write faster that way.
I write like a serial killer regardless.
Right.
In regular writing or
You and Bert
cursive.
write exactly the same. It looks like...
No, I have better handwriting than Bird, and that's not even saying much. And I'm not knocking Bird either,
Whatever, I don't care. I know I got chicken scratch.
because I know for a fact, because I think we still have the letter at our house. Whenever we were away and you came to look after Sketty, and you wrote a letter, like, oh, I was here, I did this or whatever, and then you just drew a penis on it.
Okay, that sounds like something I would do.
It does sound like something you would do, because it was something you did. And we still have the letter, because I look at, like, I forget where it is, but when we came back, I'm like, what fucking child wrote this?
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, then again, I'm not any better, so it's like, whatever.
Yeah, but I would always write in cursive, and I would always write my T's really quickly, so they kind of looked like S's. I'll
Yeah.
give him that much. But it was like the first day of our, we had like a TV production class, and it was like before we went down, because the Art Institute had like a big studio downstairs. So it was like before we went down to the studio, it was like the first week or whatever, and we basically had to fill out a sheet saying what we knew, and I signed my name, and he's like goes through everybody's name, he's like, oh, you know, blah 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 blah, and whoever else, and he's like, Sam Gaffefrin, and I just fucking lost it, and I'm like, my name's Tom Gaffern, I wrote in cursive, I'm sorry, and he's like, oh, that's all right, I'm not real good at reading cursive, that's all. A lot of people don't write like that anymore. That's how he talked too. Oh, that's all right. A lot of people don't write like that anymore. That's okay.
Sounds like man love.
She was like super laid back.
Yeah. Yeah, I had a professor in college when I was at the other college that I was at named Professor Manlove. And since you can't see me do it, I want you to imagine this in your head. Anytime he would read from a book, he would hold it literally an inch away from his face with his glasses off, and his head would Michael J. Fox everywhere. So just imagine that. That's what he would do.
You better put an end to this.
Just get me to Weaver, Sheriff. You're taking a big chance on a local crazy lady, Al. I hope
We're going to go see the Lady of the Light.
town goodbye.
The Lady of the Lake.
Some watery tot
I
threw a
was gonna
sword
say
at
that.
you.
You expect me to believe you're king because some watery tot threw a sword at you?
Ever be repressed?
Well, I didn't vote for him.
You don't vote for kings.
You know how to deal with this when
I'm pretty sure my entire life is based on Monty Python quotes.
Bloody peasant!
Oh, you had that. You had that, didn't you?
I forget what Herzog said it was, but we're like,
I never even carried a
when we're at work, like there's the computer system that we have, there's like
pretty wild stories.
just like certain phrases that we go through in this computer program. Mm-hmm. And there's one that he says that he goes past and he's like, I'm fucking 8 and I think it's stupid, and he laughs at it every time. I can't remember what it is, but I told, like the next day I literally told him that
Nobody's ever said that before.
we deal with like insurance agencies and stuff, like people's insurance agencies, and like at the end of a case when we're entering the patient's information in, we go down this list, and then like at the end there's like a bunch of random insurance agencies that we pick yes or no if like that's what they have, like what the plan pertains to. And one of them... Now, don't jump the gun here. One of them is Cobra. And it, like, here's the thing. One of them's called Cobra, and here's how the list goes. Everything is written normally. Capital letter, like, it's the word, capital letter first, rest lowercase, like a normal word would be in a sentence. Cobra is written in all caps. So every time I told her to talk this, I'm like, every time I'm just like clicking yes, yes, no, 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 yes, no, 0, 0, 0, Cobra. And every time in my head when I get to it, because it's in caps, all I can think of in my head, Cobra!
Exactly.
Because it's in caps.
Exactly. How could you do anything else?
If it wasn't in caps, I wouldn't think that. I told him, I'm like, I am goddamn in my 30s, and I'm laughing at a thing that just says Cobra in all caps.
As you should. At least it wasn't called Cobra Law. Cobra la 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 la. Nemesis Enforcer. God damn it, that movie.
But it's like every time I laugh. Like,
oh, I believe it.
I do like 10 cases a day, so I laugh at least like 10 times.
I'll laugh at the same Cobra joke 10 times today, please.
Yeah.
As you should.
It's like, it just doesn't get old. Oh, you're just gonna dodge roll?
Call Optimus Prime to get out of here, bird.
Yeah, I gotta figure out what I gotta do. Give me a second.
Bam, bam, bam.
Optimus Primal.
Speaking of fucking Platinum Games doing goddamn Transformers.
How about that?
Looks awesome as shit.
Wait, what?
Platinum,
Oh yeah, you didn't hear about this?
Platinum's doing a Transformers game.
No?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Transformers Devastation.
Okay, do you know
And
anything?
it's got like
It's not based on
cel-shaded-
anything though, right?
No, it's got like cell shade graphics, and like some of the smaller ones you'll do like a combo, and then you'll turn into a small vehicle and then like hit them.
The only thing that'll get me excited for that, if it's, not like the last Platinum game that was based off of something, Legend of Korra.
Yeah.
That the only thing that'll get me excited is if it's gonna be based off something like an actual franchise and actually be like somewhat playable.
Yeah.
Not that the Korra game wasn't playable. I heard it kind of was.
Right.
But it was like mediocre at best.
Isn't Legend of Korra basically just the last Airbender for
It's like-
people that don't like the last Airbender?
Yeah, it's like it takes place like years after Last Airbender. I don't
Oh,
know how
so
long.
it is actually part of the universe. I didn't
Yeah,
know that.
yeah, no, it takes place like years after it.
I didn't know that.
It's a like
Stop getting axes thrown at your face.
I'm gonna say this, but I don't like this is. I don't know anything about it.
Right.
So so if there's people out there, no, you're completely wrong about the Legend of Korra Airbender lore. But I want to say like I think it's like supposed to be like a more not mature Airbender. Like,
but it's not supposed to be.
It's not as goofy as Airbender was.
Right.
Because I've watched a little bit of Airbender, and it wasn't bad. It wasn't something I would really get into, but I watched it because it was on at the time. And it seemed okay.
Didn't M. Night Shyamalan direct a movie about that?
Yeah, and it was fucking terrible.
What was it called?
It was called... They couldn't call it Avatar.
That's right.
It was called The Last Airbender.
Okay. I knew they couldn't call it whatever it was supposed to be called. Bird, do you know what part this is?
I know what part this is. This is the song of the movie of the game.
This is the game song movie of the game.
Speaking of the movie of the game, for One Up Cup Goes to the Movies, I was going to say, I told Guffey this, I wanted to play Street Fighter the movie of the game, but we already did it for One Up Cup.
Right. Ah! That shelf fell on you.
It just like bounced off of him like it was nothing.
Oh! Shit! Bird got them scoots, That's right, unload into his asshole, Bird.
You probably should shoot that red barrel over there.
Oh yeah.
Kill him until he dies from it. Ping!
Ding!
Ding!
By the way, I didn't know enemies were gonna come out, or I would have hit that earlier.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Oh, it's Poets of the Fall!
Hey!
Please don't copyright strike us because your song's in here.
No, they won't. Because you can't hear it that well.
Wow.
That was a fucking double deuce dodge.
Double dick, diving
Dop, dip,
doge.
dubbity, dip, dip, dop, dop. Skip, dip, diggity, diggity dog. Socko. Bring it! God damn it.
You did it this time.
No mercy, you infect my life.
You did it this time, and it's usually me going, diggity dog.
Stop! I think that's my favorite part of the
Because it's
intro.
like the most random clip.
It just sounds so stupid. It's just like Mick Foley just going, stop!
What was that? What was the one wrestling game that had like, because they would have like random like, sound clips like that. And it was the one wrestler. It was the one, I can't remember who it is.
Are you talking about Ahmed Johnson?
No.
Are you talking about Warzone?
I don't know. I don't know.
Is it the one with the FMV videos?
I don't know. Because this is good. I'm gonna say this is like the one time when like you're fighting one of the wrestlers. He's like, I swallowed my tongue ring.
Oh yeah, that's in Warzone.
That is.
It's either in Warzone.
I thought
or
it was in later than that.
No, it was either Warzone or Attitude, because that was the one where like they have all the terrible voice clips.
Yeah.
Because like when you punch Mankind, he goes, "Mommy."
Yeah.
But the Warzone is the one that has the terrible full motion video clips, and one of them is Ahmed Johnson. And I don't know if you remember.
Yeah, no, it's bad. I know. What you're
Yeah, I was
talking
just saying, I
about.
don't know if you remember Ahmed Johnson.
Yeah.
But he sounds like he's deaf.
Yeah.
So like
We made that reference. I think when we were at the expo, not the when we were playing.
Oh,
it.
retro gaming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a video clip. It's Ahmed Johnson's deaf, and it's just it's like
Somebody subtitling what he's supposed to be saying, or what they think he's saying, rather.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's so
it's like
good.
not even half right.
Oh my god, no. There's like, it's like, if you've ever seen Rack'em Rack Willie on YouTube, which Bird and I have been referencing quite a bit recently. I don't know why. We were in the car the other day, and he just looks at me and he goes, "See the Georgia Bulldog. Bite."
Bulldog. Bite.
For no reason. Just like looks me straight in the eyes
And
while we're in
literally
the
all
car.
it is a homeless guy just like ranting.
Yeah.
They like give him hot dogs and just like say a bunch of crazy shit because that's what you are.
Right. But,
I saw 3 of them in that window. They were fucking each other in the ass
like a choo-choo train. It's just the weirdest shit. But, yeah, the Ahmed Johnson video, like, you understand just about as much as if you were trying to understand anything that Rack'em Rack Willie says. Because he's like, holding the thief, not fit mutt my tooth. And he's just, like, screaming it. So it's like, not boot, me thief, mutt my tooth. And you're like, what the fuck are you saying?
Jesus Christ.
Like, I remember, like, 10-year-old little Tom Jr. being like, what the fuck is going... Why are you yelling
Is
at me,
he a
Ahmed?
real person?
And Ahmed Johnson is a real person.
Hey, this is that part from Heavy Rain.
Heavy rain, heavy rain. Oh, so Becky and I were having a fun game the other day where we were trying to take Prince songs and incorporate the tune of the song to use the words "rip your pee-pee right off."
Just stop. Just what?
You know what? If it wasn't him, if it wasn't him and Becky doing it, it would have been Becky and Arlie doing it. So I know what you're talking about.
So,
Wow! What the fuck?
you just hit him with the door like 6 times.
Jesus.
Oh my god!
I got those infinite door combos, Tom. You don't even know.
those door frame traps. Oh shit!
Anyway, finish your story
that was
about
it.
ripping peepees open.
That was it. I got nothing now. You were
What
smacking.
about what you said when we were cashing the other day?
Oh god. Okay.
This is another good one.
Becky and I went to New Jersey to go to Wildwood last summer, and had a great time. But one of Becky's favorite bands is Queen, and they were playing with Adam Lambert that year by her sister's place. So we went and saw them that week. We came back from vacation and then went there and saw them play. And so we were standing in line, either getting beer or food or something. Knowing me, I was probably hungry and bitching because if Papa
Yeah,
doesn't
they
eat
pushed me into that transformer.
if Papa doesn't eat at the right time, he gets grumpy. It's true, I do. I get very grumpy. But we were
You're angry. You're not you when you don't have a Snickers.
It's true. seriously. I turn into Roseanne Barr if I don't eat. But we're standing in line, and I had been singing the song Headlong all day long. When you're rushing headlong! Okay, so that's what I was singing all day. No, it's important that I sang it.
All right.
Because there's a man and I'm assuming his wife in front of us. And they're talking to this other couple that's with them there or whatever. So they're standing in front of myself and Becky and her sister. And I'm watching because I just, I'm just looking around and whatever. And this guy is slipping his middle finger into his wife's ass crack as he's talking to these people in front of me. So,
all right.
So I saw it the first time and I'm like, okay, that's kind of fucking weird. And it wasn't like I was looking at this woman's ass or anything like that.
It was just so blatantly obvious that this is happening right now.
Yeah, it was like Bird trying to sneak in a bedtime cheeseburger. Nobody was pretending that they didn't see it.
Yeah.
Not that Bird has ever done that, but that's about the subtlety of it.
Are you trying to make the Matt Bronger joke where
about bet calzones?
Yeah, about bet calzones?
No, I'm not, but good reference.
Or Becky, if she's listening or watching this right now, or Becky with her purse tacos. But go on.
I was there for purse tacos. I remember that. That was a good time.
But so I watched him do it the first time. I'm like, okay, that was kind of weird, but I'm going to ignore it. But now I'm like,
you should be able to sit in that chair.
You should.
Like Resident Evil 4.
Cross your leg.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I'm like,
okay, I didn't know I could do that.
So now I'm like, all right, well, I'm just going to ignore this, but I'm not really going to ignore him now.
Yeah.
Because now I've seen him slip the old 1-2 to his wife's ass crack, and now I'm like, what the fuck is happening?
Were you elbowing Becky or something?
Oh, of course.
Fucking look at this shit.
Yeah. So I leaned over. He does it 2 more times. So I leaned over to Becky. I'm like, finger bang your mom's ass, don't you know? And so everyone's so that was on in when we were looking at games the other day.
Oh.
And to myself, I start going, finger bang your mom's ass.
Jesus, what the fuck?
And Bert just looks at me. And he's like, "What did you say?" I'm like, "Nothing. I can't tell you in the store. We gotta get out of here." So we get in the car, and I'm just like, "Finger bang your mom's ass!" In the car.
Oh, man.
So that was my story about watching a man finger his wife's butt crack.
It's fucking weird.
Right? Why would...
fuck on your own time.
Seriously.
Why every time I come home, you in the kitchen?
Eating all the collard greens. That's one of the things he said. It's been a long time since I've watched that movie, actually. I love that movie.
Did I hear that the guy who directed that apparently died recently?
I don't know.
I heard something about that. I don't know.
I'm not real sure.
Waiting to cross the bridge.
Yeah, are you gonna cross the bridge?
Well, it's still coming around.
So since it come, bring it around town.
Bring it around town.
Double take 3 times and don't forget it.
Stop on your left foot. I don't know if it's your left foot or your right foot.
I don't remember either. So Bird and I just recently watched this. Have you guys seen this? Have you heard about this? We recently watched Tusk.
Yeah,
and I don't want to get into a huge synopsis of the movie, but I will tell you that despite what everybody that likes the movie has told me, I did not like it.
I didn't think it was terrible because it's not terrible.
It's not
but
the
it's
worst thing ever.
Not good.
It's not even the good kind of bad. It's not like Evil Dead 2 bad, right? Where it's supposed to be bad.
Yeah.
And it's so supposed to be bad that it's hilarious.
It's trying to be that bad type of good. It's trying to be so bad it's good, and it doesn't work.
Yeah, it just falls kind of flat.
And another problem with it is it's totally all over the place.
Yeah.
It was towards the end, it just gets straight up wackadoo.
And it's clearly, it's almost like as it was written by 2 stoners who wrote it on their podcast.
No, was it?
Yeah. And one of the things that Bird said is the main characters in the movie have a podcast.
Yeah.
And Bird's like, it's just too on the nose.
Yeah. Yeah, I forgot that was a thing in the movie.
And apparently they're making, I don't.
Oh yeah, I forgot that you didn't know that there were sequels.
Yeah, I didn't.
Wait, there's going to be sequels to Tusk?
Yoga Hosers is a sequel.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, and then they're
I didn't
making
know
another
that.
one after that with. Is it supposed to be Johnny Depp's character?
The second one has Johnny Depp's character in it because he's this cop. He's this really weird, like kind of French Canadian cop who just.
Don't ruin the movie.
Okay, his character's just super weird. Let's just leave it at that.
But what's the third one supposed to be about?
The second one is Yoga Hosers, which is about his daughter and Johnny Depp's daughter, who play the convenience store owners, and they find some weird fucking hell cult or something, and Johnny Depp's character has to solve it. The third one is only in concept, but apparently he just called it It's Jaws with a Moose. Which to me
Kevin
sounds
Smith,
like,
ladies and gentlemen.
which to me sounds like the best one of the three, to be honest.
To be fair, in theory, a man turning another man into a walrus is also hilarious.
Yeah, it sounds funny.
But it's not really.
This is the thing, though. Like, when it was first coming out, I was like, what I thought it was like a hilarious take on like Human Centipede kind of thing.
Right.
And it kind of
supposed to be-
is.
it's like a
it was
comedy.
kind of meant to be, but the part
But it's barely a comedy and barely a cult movie. Yeah, it's kind of rough.
It's too serious to be jokey, and like here's the thing. Parts of it tries to be funny because it's him and you know.
Do you really need to be fighting these guys, or?
Yeah, I think you have to clear them.
Oh, okay.
I have to go to the power plant.
Yeah, I know, but
there's
I'm
a
saying
lot
you
of
have to
these
get-
guys, and I'm not.
You have to get the helicopter to progress with you.
Oh, okay.
That's why you have to kill him.
But anyway, so I forget what the fuck I was saying. So there's stuff where it's like they have the podcast, and the podcast is that Jason Long's character goes and does these interviews, and then he comes back and tells Haley Joel Osment's character about them. So he doesn't go on these trips. So they call it the Not See Party, like NOT-SEE. So that's the joke. So there's a lot of like dumb jokes like that, like very Kevin Smithy type jokes. But and honestly, if it was trying to be more serious, it would be 1,000 times more hilarious because it's taking itself way too seriously, a la Human Centipede.
Right.
Human Centipede is super hysterical because it takes itself uber serious. But because you go into it kind of knowing that this is kind of all a joke, then it doesn't completely ruin it, but it just screws up the tone of the movie, especially for me.
And I know you said, Bird, like you listen to the podcast, right? Where
Right.
they talk about it. You said it's basically like point for point, the podcast.
Almost, yeah.
So if you wanted to know the plot of Tusk, just go listen to the podcast.
A lot of the like minor details are not in there, but like it's pretty much.
Yeah, I mean, like it wasn't. It didn't have the right feel in any direction. Like it wasn't serious enough to be so bad that it was good, and then it got too ridiculous, like intentionally ridiculous.
Well, this is how I feel since we're talking about movies like that. Human Centipede, the first one,
Yeah,
is good because it's bad.
right.
Like, I don't want to say I like it, but I don't think it's terrible.
It's hilarious.
Yeah. Now, then they do the second one.
Oh, and then they do the second one.
Then they do a second one, which is like, which I didn't see, but I read like a full synopsis
It's
of it.
fucking weird.
And it's fucking weird because they go like meta with it, where
Yeah.
it's like, oh hey, it's about this guy that's like obsessed with the first one,
yeah,
so he goes out and makes his own Human Centipede.
right.
But surprise, it was all a dream.
Yeah.
And then they do a third one.
Oh, I didn't know they did a third one.
Yeah, it just came out like last month.
Really?
And I read most of it. I don't even want to see it.
Yeah.
Like, I was kind of interested in seeing the second one,
Cynthia, I'm a friend.
but
You knew Zane.
I'm gonna wait.
Zane,
Okay.
the Lady of the Light in the song. You can help me.
About time. Young man, I've been waiting a very long time for you.